Hi there, welcome to another edition of Freeworld Heads Up with myself and Sanjoy on Tuesday the 30th of August. As usual, we'll start with the currency. Has there been much movement lately, Sanjoy?
No, maybe it's just me, but I think what we're seeing is, we've got this one plot, which is when are the US going to raise their interest rates. That's something that they said they were going to do steadily, but then have held off because of global uncertainty, one of which of those was Brexit. It's now looking like there's quite a few tokens going on to the, they may raise the rates this September Fed meeting. So we're starting to see maybe a slightly weaker euro, because sterling seems to have bounced off the bottom. A lot of, as we now, we're going more than a month past Brexit, and we're starting to get some figures as to what were the real changes in the UK economy after Brexit. People feared that the uncertainty about the whole thing would just make everything stop. We seem to be drinking our way out of it. There's a lot of, we just had the festival here in Edinburgh. We had record sales. They're talking about the sales of tickets being more than 20% up. I was up in the north of Scotland about a week and a half ago, and the place was absolutely rammed with French and German tourists, a lot of money being spent, and I believe there's a lot of money being spent by tourists in London on, let's say, controlled price goods, perfumes and high price items which have a fixed sterling price, which now looks very good to the Europeans, so Chinese and also the Europeans coming over. The pound is at bonus price. It's basically 10-15% off for everything you can buy in Britain.
Yeah.
And so all the retail figures coming in actually overshooting last year. And we've had a couple of polls now also about how uncertain people feel about spending, how uncertain they feel about their incomes, and actually that's all surprisingly positive.
Right.
So we're kind of starting to creep up a little bit against the euro. Currently we're at 1.1722, which of course is historically hideously low, but still seems to have come off the bottom, which was maybe about 1.1480. So some sign of green shoots, as it were.
Right. Okay.
And now attention moving to whether the Americans will raise the rates this September. That's important again versus the euro, because if the dollar is strong, then the euro gets weak. That's just because that's the biggest game in town. Sterling seems to be diverging from that movement,
right,
and is holding its end up. So
very good.
Quite good. It's quite good for us because there is a lot of. I believe there's still pent-up demand in the British system. Basically, not everybody runs a currency book, and people don't want to lock in on very high sterling costs.
Yeah, very true.
So, pretty good news there. I believe you've got some news on American pecans.
Yeah, so this year has been an incredibly high price for pecans, both halves and pieces. Latterly, pieces have moved above halves, which is quite a rare sight. The cracking technique now is so good in America that they get very few pieces coming out of the process. So
right.
It's no longer a cheap alternative to have pieces. You're far better just sticking with halves.
Yeah.
The crop this year was, well, this coming crop, this one that we'll be seeing arriving in the UK January time. That'll be cracked in December in America. It's not looking as good as it was. Earlier in the year there was chat of a much better crop coming in, but these latest figures not so good. So we're looking like we'll probably still see prices above $6 a pound for halves, and pieces it's an even worse story. Pieces, apparently there's very little evidence that pieces will come down in price at all. So we'll see that gulf as pieces stay the same, halves come down slightly. We'll see that gulf get even wider between the two. So it's going to be an interesting time for pecans going forward.
Well, yeah, I suppose the intelligent pecan producer will start putting halves on top of the pie,
rather than pieces,
taking the pieces out of the look like more pecans.
Exactly.
Just a suggestion. And we're now revving up for the start of the fig season.
Yeah, that's right. So the first shipment date's been announced as the 29th of September. So the first new crop prices have started to roll in. The decision was made on Friday, so we're starting to see the first offers come in sort of Friday, yesterday and today. It's a holiday in Turkey today, so we'll probably see more offers come in tomorrow. But yeah, that's the date's been set. So yeah, if you're looking for figs for new crop, do get in contact because we'll be rolling out the offers.
Okay. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thanks.